in order to implement any big society-wide change, and I think your COVID example is a perfect one, you really have to construct a crisis, and the change is a solution to whatever the problem you created is. So like if you, I don't know, want to create a new federal agency, you probably need a 9/11. If you want to make biometrics the rule, you probably have to push AI and make the case that like, we don't know who anybody is because everything's a deep fake. So you have to have biometrics in, in your Twitter handle, etc. What will be the crisis that justifies digital currency?
So let me step back for a second, because what I see is the crisis is only the apex and the third act. To get the crisis working, you have to get thousands of things in place. So, for example, coming into COVID, I don't think you could have done COVID without, for example, getting Federal Accounting Standards Advisory Board Statement 56 into place in 2018, and then having the central bankers meet and approve the going direct
I'm
reset.
not familiar with that.
I would be delighted to tell you about that, because
Thank you.
This is one of those things that sounds very boring, that is like a 10 Richter earthquake. So for many, many years, there was a group of us who were trying to bring as much transparency to the fact that there was serious criminality going on in the federal accounts, and $21 trillion was missing. And that was happening because the federal government refused to obey the financial management law. So they're required, you're a citizen, you pay your taxes, they're required to give you, you give them your 1040, and they're required to give you back and says, okay, here's how we spent your money. And that's required in the Constitution and the financial management laws. The federal government has since the mid-90s been in complete violation of those laws. So there was a lot of pressure that was brought to bear when Dr. Mark Skidmore with Solari published his report on the 21 trillion missing. And so pressure. The DOD keeps saying, we can't pass an audit. We're not going to pass an audit. And then 2018, remember the Kavanaugh hearings?
Very well.
Okay, everybody was very busy, watching the Kavanaugh hearings. The federal government, the House, the Senate, and the White House, all together, October 2018, published an administrative policy called FASB 56 that basically said, in violation of the Constitution, the financial management laws, and the financial management regulations, that they could set up a secret group of people by a secret process and pull things out of the government's financial statements and keep them secret, not just for the 24 covered agencies, but for 150 plus related governmental entities. And when you take in the national security and classification laws, that means also that the big banks and contractors working for the federal government can do the same.
Right. That's Deloitte and JP Morgan too.
Right. And what that means is basically the entire large cap stock and bond market in the United States is secret.
Enjoy 24-hour access at most Planet Fitness